Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Hey, somebody asked me yesterday. I don't know if you know, but I try to read as many of the comments as I can. And somebody asked me, Tony, what does it mean to become love? Because you hear me say, and I made this up years and years ago when I was just writing a tweet. And I said, if you chase love, if you're chasing love, it will elude you. But if you become love, it will surround you. So, what I mean by that is you attract what you are. And understand that attract does not mean who walks up to you, because a fly flies up to you, but that don't mean you smell like boo boo. So you have to realize that just because someone walks up to you, that doesn't mean that's what you're attracting. When I say you attract what you are, I'm talking about the person that you settle down with, the person that you agree to be with. That person is a reflection of you. So if you agree to be with a dog, with a cheater, with an abuser, and you don't see the red flags, that means that person is a reflection of you. It means that broken person saw brokenness in you. And that brokenness could translate into being gullible and naive. But see, when you become love, now I have a thing that I created called the 4 levels of love. If you hear this somewhere, tell them they're copyright and infringing. And on the 4 levels of love, what I'm talking about is lust, then like, then love, then self-love. And see, a lot of times we always say you have to love yourself before you love someone else. And that's not really true. It should be that way, but it's not that way. Because it's a lot of people who love their child and hate themselves. It's a lot of people who will kill for or die for their child, but yet let somebody take advantage of them and abuse them in a relationship. So we oftentimes love people and love, things that, and don't love ourselves. So you can be in a relationship and you can absolutely be in love with somebody and be loving them, everything about them, but they cheat on you and you do nothing about it. You stay. They beat on you and you stay. So what that means is you love them but hate yourself. So we are able to love someone without loving ourselves. And we could be arguing semantics here because the word love and the interpretation of it may differ from person to person. But I want you to think about this. And the reason why I say self-love is the highest level of love. Even the good book says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. A lot of times people try to interpret what the good word means, but it can say what it means. It's enough words in the vocabulary for the word to say what it means. And it's intentional that it does not say love your neighbor and hate yourself, or love your neighbor instead of yourself. It says love your neighbor as you love yourself. It tells the man to treat a woman as you treat yourself. Treat a woman as you would treat your own body. So what I'm saying here is that really self-love should come first, but most often it doesn't. So when I say the highest level of love is self-love, what that means is that self-love can encompass those other types of love. So lust is actually a form of love. And what I mean by this is it's a level of love because love can be defined as a strong affection for someone. So, or a liking of someone, a lusting. So just like you said, I love those shoes. You're not going to die for those shoes. But because you like those shoes so much, because you have a strong affection for those shoes, I love those shoes. And you really love those shoes. You might slap somebody for them. You're not going to take a bullet for them. Now, there might be some shoes you'll take a bullet for. So I want you to understand, you love your dog. You love your cat. You love your favorite food. And at the same time, you love your child. You love your mother, your father, your brother. But when you think about all these types of love, you may get a different feeling. You might love someone but be distant from them, and you love them from a distance. You may love someone and you want to be right up under them. You may love someone and you never talk to them. You may love someone and you have to let them go because of where they are in their life. So I want you to understand this and really feel me here, that when I say self-love is the highest level of love, what I mean by this is you love enough. You can love someone enough to be selfless, but you love yourself enough to walk away if they only want to be selfish. So you can be selfless, but you require reciprocation. So see, when a lot of people are in love, they stuck in love, which means that you stay with somebody because you love them, but that person might not be treating you right. That person might be disrespecting you. But see, when you elevate to self-love, you still have love. See, self-love is not selfish. Self-love is self-respecting. Self-love is still selfless, but what it means is that you got to reciprocate. Self-love means that I'm going to love you regardless of whether you love me. But whether I be with you or not is determined by how you treat me. So what this means, and this when we talking about adult relationships, we're not talking about parent to child, because your child is your dependent until they hit the age of 18. So we're not talking about that. So what I need you to understand is self-love is saying, look, I'm selfless. I'm serving. I'm in submission to you. Man to woman, woman to man. We submit unto each other. We submit one to another. So we are at that place. People get stuck in love because they don't have self-love. So they are in a place where they're loving this person, but this person is not truly loving them back. But when you have that self-love, you say, you know what? I love you, but I got to leave you. I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to mistreat you. I'm just going to remove myself from you because you are not reciprocating the love. And see, that's what self-love does. Now, when it comes to becoming love, this embodies self-love. But when I say becoming love, truly think about this now. Truly think about this. When you become love, you become pure at heart. Let me give you a simple example. If you watch my videos every day, but you have not hit the subscribe button, you have not become love. Now, I know that may sound like, Tony, you want me to benefit you, but let me explain it to you in a different way. And I had to check myself on this. I was watching this guy. I was watching a brother videos every day. He talk about cars. He talk about his cars. He talk about his supercars. And he's from Florida. So he's kind of funny to me because he's like my father's age. So me watching him try to do YouTube, I'll be honest with you, it just was funny to me. It just was funny to me, okay? But I was watching this man every day. I say, I'm wrong. I'm wrong for this. For watching this man every day and I ain't hit the subscribe button. I was watching two other guys who was trying to teach people how to build a YouTube page. Neither one of them know what they're talking about. So it was kind of comical to me. But I'm watching their page every day and I say, I'm stealing from these people because I'm watching their page every day, but I ain't hit the subscribe button. So guess what? I hit the subscribe button. I hit the subscribe button because it just adds to their subscriber count. And that benefits them. It make their page look better. So guess what? YouTube showed me that over 50% of my views, for all the love and support I get from the Blessed Tribe, over 50% of my views come from people that are not subscribed to my channel. And one of the ladies, she told me, she said, Tony, I just hit the subscribe. I didn't even think about it. I was watching your videos and didn't even realize I wasn't even subscribed. But see, on the other side, some people are saying, I'm stealing. I'm going to take everything from you. I'm going to let you feed me, give to me, give to me, give to me, and I ain't going to give nothing back to you, even though it don't cost me nothing, but just doing this. Guess what? That's the place of your heart. One lady said to me, Tony, I hate your long videos because it's so many ads. Guess what? If YouTube put an ad on the video, that's how they compensate me. Now, YouTube get 45 or 50 or 55% of what that ad make. And when you watch it, that company may be paying 1 cent for your view. Now that 1 cent is not going to help me put my child through school. But if it's enough 1 cent, then it helped me put my child through school. But when the lady said to me, Tony, I hate how many ads that I have to see when I'm watching your channel. Guess what? I said to myself, because see, she ain't thinking it the way I look at it. I say, you haven't become love because you in a thievery mindset. You want to be served, but you don't want to serve. Now, those just little small examples that relate to YouTube to try to make it make sense to you. The same thing happens when you at work and this person over here get a promotion and you sitting there and you just foaming at the mouth. You mad, you angry, you just, what? How in the world she got a raise? How in the world she got a promotion? I done been here, I'm busting my butt. I ain't got nothing. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. Guess what? You have not become love. The same thing happened in business. I was just talking to a software developer and I got some things I want to create. And he gave me a price and it sounded like a fair price. And I said, you know what? You could have did a couple things. I said, most people, when they see me, and they see my brand and they look up online and they see what I'm doing, they Google and Google have my net worth. That's not my real net worth, but that's what they estimate that I'm worth. When people see that, if the price for the job is 100, they'll tell me 300. So when this man gave me this price, I said, you know what? You could have tripled that and said this price just because you think I got some money to give you. But I said, I know bull when I hear it. And what you just told me is not bull. So that let me know your heart is in the right place. That you operating from the right place. You know I'm a life coach and I coach for $250. Whenever I get on the phone with one person, I'm losing money. Because I'm talking to one person when I could be talking to 10,000 people. I'm talking to one person when I could be writing a book that will earn me hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm talking to one person for $250. I lost an hour of my day that I will not get back. So for that $250 session, I technically should be charging $2,000. But I don't charge $2,000 just because that's what I may earn if I'm working on other projects. That's what I may earn per hour. I don't charge that because I think about this person. And I ask myself, who in the world can afford to pay $2,000 an hour? So just because I have the ability to earn that does not mean I should charge an individual that, because that would not be fair. And when I get to the point that my price has to be astronomical, then I will just stop doing one-on-one coaching, because I will never feel comfortable with charging people a crazy amount of money to sit on the phone and talk. But what that is I'm thinking about that person instead of just thinking about myself. And that is what happens when you become love. See, understand this. When you become love, you don't have a scarcity mindset. You have an abundant mindset. So you will take, and you are just looking for a win-win situation. See, a lot of people, before you come love, you looking for a lose-win situation. You want the other person to be losing so you could be winning. What I told that man, this is just an example. What I told that man, I said, listen, I'm going to pay you what you say you want and give you equity of this here project on the back end. Because I got an abundant mindset. I want your absolute best. And if equity gonna make you work harder, gonna make you further develop this project, and I may sell this particular tech project for $50 million one day. And you get your 5% of it. But I want your absolute best. And I want you to keep working. So a lot of people come to me and I could take and blow their project up, take it to the next level, but they're not thinking equity. They thinking, let's give you a one-off. People literally will come to me and offer me $100, $200, $300 for me to do something to them that will turn into tens of thousands of dollars worth of value. And why? Scarcity mindset, hateful mindset, spiteful mindset have not become love. So this is what I mean when I say become love. It's not about sitting down and writing on your vision board your list of the qualities that you want in a partner. Becoming love is in here. It starts on the inside. So what you got to do is you got to evaluate your life in every aspect of your life. Every aspect of your life. Who you hating on? I used to hate on people. I used to hate on people in my mind. I would hate on people and just sit there and hate and just, man, why he got followers? Man, why he got money? Man, that man don't know what he talking about. Man, that man a scam artist. Man, that man this. Man, that man that. And when I had evolved, I changed my life and I evolved and I said, you know what? To each their own. I'm going to let him do what he doing because he may have X amount of dollars. He may have X amount of followers, but I know it's going to be a lot of temptation that come with that. It's going to be a lot of pain that come with that. It's going to be a lot of heartache and stress that come with that. Lord bless him. Lord bless him. Give him what he needs to carry out that mission. And Lord help me to carry out my mission. See, I shift my mindset so I don't have any competition. People may mention to me this man or this woman or that woman that's doing this. Guess what? I don't watch any of them. I don't watch any of them because I need to hear from God about what I need to do. And if I'm spending time watching people do what I do, then I'll end up carrying their message instead of carrying out God's message because of the way the subconscious mind works. And then what you'll also do is human nature when you watch this person or these people, jealousy could set in. And if not jealousy, a spirit of competition could set in. So you could end up watching this person that you working with or that you live by or that you follow online and you secretly competing with that person. And you may be competing with somebody that don't even know you exist. You may be competing with somebody who has become love. And they operating from love. And so you fighting a losing battle. Woo-wee. I remember one time I tweeted this. I said, Lord, please don't let anybody be competing with me. Because they're going to end up feeling suicidal. And I don't say that in an arrogant way. What I mean is I cannot lose because of who I serve. And because of why I do what I do. So I cannot lose. My failure will look like success. My struggle will look like success. My pain will look like a praise report because of who I serve. There is no competition. It don't matter what the numbers look like. Because see, God will take and magnify and multiply the little that I have. He'll turn my 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread of whichever way it was to feed a multitude. See, God will take and touch what you doing with your $15, $20 an hour. God will touch and take and bless you to where your $15, $20 an hour end up, you got the wisdom to get a 750 credit score. End up to where you can get a loan for your investment property. End up to where you can take and you got blessings coming to where you got people coming and sowing into your bosom. People coming to you with your money where it may not be where you want to be. When you become love and you know who called you and why you doing what you're doing, somebody will come and sow into you. See, the Lord done been good to me. He done blessed me. And you know what? It's still people to this day that say, Tony, what's your cash out? Y'all probably seen it on some of the lives. And I'm like, man, Lord, how can these people see? I had to ask myself, I say, man, do I look broke, busted, and disgusted? I'm like, man, why did lady want to give me $5? Like, but really I had to realize it's not that she feel like I need $5. It's that she sees that I've become love and that she wants to sow into that. See, that's what people will, and I had to learn this. So I'm not sharing this, what the man told me. I heard a man say this in multi-level marketing when I was young. I was 21, 22, and I was trying to do the multi-level marketing because I was trying to make money. Before I started focus on purpose, I was thinking about money, and I went to sell that prepaid legal. And the man said in the meeting, he said, I don't say this to impress you, but to impress upon you. I said, woo! I said, well, I'm going to use that. I've been saying that ever since. I don't say this to impress you, but to impress upon you that when you become love, the windows of heaven open. It flows. Because see, guess what? Before I became love, I got married before I became love. And my wife was a reflection of me. So what I mean by this is, her heart was not all the way pure because my heart was not all the way pure. So what this means is that if I was going to play a game and try to scam her and get over on her, she just will play the game better and get over on me. And I realized that in the first 2 years, I said, listen here, this woman going to be able to play this game smarter than me and better than me. So I need to get my life together. So guess what? I stopped trying to control her. Because while I was trying to control her, she was making a whole plan of escape. Medical school, had her friends, had her allies in place, had a couch to sleep on if she had to leave. She was setting up things on the side to where she wouldn't have to depend on me. Getting her master's degree and getting ready to go to med school when I was playing games. Because she saw that. But see, the games were not too bold or disrespectful. I wasn't cheating on her. I wasn't beating on her. But I was just being rude and nasty and condescending. I was not love. So she felt like, okay, this is not a kingdom issue right now. But if I don't have a backup plan, this could become a major issue. So she had a plan in place. I eventually found out about that plan in place. And so I started to realize, I said, listen, I'm not going to be able to manipulate my way to the top. I'm not going to be able to control my way to the top. I'm going to have to become love. So when I became love, this is what happened. I became selfless. So I started to wash her with love. I created a love calendar. So every day I would do something to show her that I love her. And even if I didn't get a chance to do something, I would make sure I tell her, girl, you look sexy. And my wife, she don't know how to receive compliments, so she'd be sitting there trying not to smile. She'd be like, will you hush? Will you hush? Stop, please, stop. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm meaning this from my heart. And I find something to lust after at my wife. And my wife, she God blessed. But it's not like she went and did all this stuff to get this app, perfect, not a single flaw or anything. She loved herself and she's a beautiful woman. But she didn't go and work out 50 hours a day and all of this. But I will find something to lust after and I'll say, ooh, girl, you looking good. Come here, girl. I'm squeezing on booty. I'm kissing on her, I'm rubbing on her, and then I just would do something. Monday, my calendar pop up, run Cherie bath water. Tuesday, it'll say massage Cherie feet. Wednesday was write Cherie a poem. Thursday, it said for nothing gift. Friday, it said date night. I ain't had nothing on Saturday because we soccer and all of that. And so I was creating a love schedule until it became a routine. Now, I didn't continue to do that, and I don't still do all of that. but I still serve. So when she lay down in the bed to go to bed, she'll fall asleep real fast. I'm rubbing her back. I'm massaging her shoulders. If we sitting on the couch, I grab her foot and I'm massaging her feet. And listen to me. This is what I'm trying to help you understand, fellas. I'm doing all of this and she not working an outside job. She working in our companies. She helping us. So she don't technically work for somebody else bringing in outside money. What we earn is what we earn together. So I'm not doing this because my woman is a breadwinner and I'm riding off of her. That ain't why I'm massaging her feet because she been on her feet for 13 hours working in the doctor's office or wherever. No, I'm massaging her feet when she could have been sitting down all day. You know, she might have been folding laundry or cleaning up the house or something or running errands. But I massage her feet even if feet ain't barely touched the ground because I became love. See, what I want you to understand is I was running bath water and doing these things. We don't take baths now, we take showers. So it's a little different. Cause the house we in, sometimes that water don't get as hot as it need to in that bathtub, and she like that hot water that melt your skin off. So that come out the shower. But I still take care lotion her legs, just lotion her body. And what I'm doing is when I became love and I say, I'm gonna stop questioning my wife, where she going, what she doing, who she talking to. I'm gonna stop sneaking and peeking in her phone to see if she cheating, scrolling through text messages. I'm gonna stop making her feel controlled or consumed or violated or not respected. Because when I was in that space, I was 23, 21, 22, 23 years old. So I was giving myself an excuse to be immature. But I realized I had to mature and I had to change my life. So I started to become love. Now here's one thing that I need you to understand. See, I went from lust, because I was lusting after at first. Then I went to started to really like the person I was talking to. Then I went to love. See, where you love is where you sacrifice. You start to sacrifice. And you'll love a person, but you might not treat them all the way right. You'll love them, but you might not be all the way right. So you kind of teetering back and forth between lust and love, lust and love. See, is a pure space. And sometimes we go from lust right to love. What I mean by that, we end up sleeping with somebody. And so therefore we thrust into a relationship and we don't even like the person that we sleeping with. So a lot of people skip over and you are loving someone that you don't even like. And see, loving mean that you sacrificing, and it's a sacrificial love, even though you don't like this person's personality. You don't like the way they treat you. Yes, you could be loving somebody and not like that person. But see, I went through these phases, and that's how I created the 4 levels of love. But see, self-love, let me show you how this played out. Self-love, the way this played out is I love myself to where I'm not hating on anybody. I'm not jealous of anybody. I'm not competing with anybody. I'm not trying to scam or get over on anybody. So in my business, I could be trying to scam. But I'm not trying to scam. And everything I do is with integrity. So people write in, they buy a course. They write in, they have not used the course. It might be a month later. They say, can I have a refund? They asking for a refund, not because they don't like me. It's because they short on their bills. And they trying to look where they could get some money back from. Now, this money done went into the account. It done went into the system. And it done went out into the world. It done already been utilized. But I will go to them and I'll say, the customer service, email or say, yeah, give them a refund. And we'll refund them. When I could just be a stickler and say, nope, no refund. You bought it, you bought it. But guess what? When I say no refund, I've noticed that some of those people that I've refund, now if they've used the course, they went all through it, then on principle, technicality, no, can't refund. You already consumed the product. But if they have not utilized it, then we'll refund. And what I noticed, them people will come back and spend 5 or 10 times more money than they had spent on that one course. And let me tell you why. It's a couple of things happen. When I give them a refund, knowing that they beyond the normal refund window, knowing that they shouldn't be asking for no refund, when I give them a refund anyways, they say, wow, it's something about that company. It's something about that man. It's something about that customer service. You hear me? And then what they say is they start to feel bad because now they saw an example of love. So they start to feel bad and say, man, this man got a family to feed, and I'm my irresponsibility. I done got paid, and I'm misspending my money buying shoes and clothes, trying to impress people that don't even like me, that I don't even like. And now I need to go back to him and ask his company to give me money back for a product that actually will help change my life. And so I'm taking food out off his child table when he ain't did nothing to me. I'm getting money back from him so I could go put it back into this toxic situationship. So see, they start to feel bad. And then they come back and they just sow and sow and sow and sow because they saw example of love. Now I'm using myself as an example, not like what the man say, not to impress you, but to impress upon you. Because I don't know your situation, but be wise and apply this to your life and how this can show up in your life when you operate from love. And what it says to other people. The good book say when you nice to somebody that's mean to you, it's like heaping hot coals on their head. See, me, I operate by principle. You got to live by principles. And see, your principle has to be rooted also in your morals and your values. And your morals and your values should not change for the worse. They could change for the better, but you should never lose your morals and your values and never go against your principles. So if I have something on contract and a person say, do this for me, and we sign the contract and the contract say it needs to be done this way, then we sticking to that contract. And that's on principle. You see what I mean? So what I need you to understand is that becoming love don't mean being taken advantage of. It does not mean that you let people run all over you. It don't mean that. Becoming love means that you're not gonna argue, fuss, and fight and compete with people. You're not gonna be chasing people that don't want you. You're not gonna be bending over backwards trying to love people that's trying to, dog you out, beat on you, and abuse you. You can love that person, but you're gonna distance yourself from them. So when you become love in every aspect of your life, stop yelling and cursing people out. I used to pull guns on people in traffic. And so, because I was hood minded. And when I left my parents, I got around goons. And I'm around the goons and they was hot headed. They was hot headed and we were in the streets. And we was in the streets and we were moving work in the streets. And so I had went into that lifestyle because I saw that as a rite of passage to becoming a man. That's what I thought because of where I come from. So many people travel that route. So I was in there and I was doing that. And what I noticed is a lot of these men, they were hot-headed. So I became hot-headed. So I'm in traffic. You cut me off. You do something like this. I got that tool in your face, right? But when I became love, you know what I started to do? Somebody will cut me off in traffic. And I just laugh. I say, whoo, Lord bless her. Ooh, boy, Lord bless her. Hey, Lord, look here now. Lord, you done blessed me with this here foreign now. You hit this foreign, boy. Your insurance finna be mad with you. That's how I talk to myself. I'm talking to myself in the car. And instead of me on the horn, driving by, shooting birds and all of this, and changing my energy for them, I become love. So instead, I'm like, but hey, okay, hit this you want to. Okay, I'm finna get everything out your insurance. You hear me? I'm talking about your insurance finna cut me a $50,000 check. When the ambulance pull up, now I'm saying ambulance, but where I'm from we call it ambulance. When the ambulance pull up, I ain't gonna do that because then that wouldn't be becoming love. But I'm gonna let that spine get hurt. You hear what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying to myself. And then I'll say to myself, man, that woman probably just got dumped. That woman probably just got ghosted. She texting this man ain't texting her back. She done gave up the cookies. He done went all through that cookie jar. She ain't got now Oreo left in that cookie jar. And she's speeding to work, trying to drive and text because that man done ghosted her. And she want to respond before she clock in at 9 so she can have a good day at work. That woman finna have a terrible day at work. Lord bless her. Lord bless her. Give her the strength. Give her the wisdom. That's literally what I do. I pray, I say, man, that person parent just died. That person parent they probably just lost their mom or their dad. And I say, I don't know what they going through. And I say, but I'm blessed. I'm blessed and highly favored. Lord, I thank you. Lord, thank you. When I drive past somebody that done got in a wreck, and I say, Lord, bless them. Lord, bless them that they got insurance. Bless them that everybody healthy, everybody whole. But Lord, thank you it wasn't me. Now, Lord, I'm not wishing that it was them, but Lord, thank you it wasn't me. Lord, bless them. You see what I'm saying? When you become love, you move differently. You move differently. Now, this one thing about me now. I've become love, but I'm not going to lie for anybody. I'm not going to take up for anybody that's doing wrong. So you ask me about a scam artist out here, I'm liable to tell you, oh, that's a scam artist. Now, I ain't hating. I'm just telling the truth. Becoming love don't mean lying for people. Now, becoming love could also mean just, I plead the fifth. No comment. That's also becoming love. But I'm too transparent for that. So that's the area I'm struggling in. To stop telling the bad about people when somebody asks me about somebody. But the reason I do that is because I'm thinking about this person and I don't want them to get scammed or taken advantage of by a wolf in sheep's clothing. So that's one area that I'm struggling with this. But when you go through your life, I want you to think about every aspect of your life. Think about the way you talk to your children if you have children. Are you taking your job stress out on your children? Are you taking your relationship stress out on your children? Are you taking your financial stress out on your children? Think about the way you see your friends. Are you truly happy for your friends or your family members? Are you truly happy for them even though they make more money than you? Even though they may have a relationship and you may be single as a dollar bill? Are you truly happy for your friends and your family? What are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself she doesn't deserve a husband because she was loose booty when you was a tight wad? Are you telling yourself that? Or are you saying, Lord bless her, give her the strength because I know everything ain't what it seems and ain't no telling what she could be going on behind closed doors, Lord bless her. And while you at it, Lord, send mines on the way. Send my husband or send my wife. You see what I'm saying? When I used to get jealous when somebody win the lottery. Man, he don't even look like he deserved that lottery. Man, what you gonna do with that money? But now I see somebody hit the mega ball. I don't even play the mega ball, but I see somebody hit the mega ball and I say, Lord bless them. Because it's going to be a lot of stress, a lot of pain, a lot of heartache, a lot of fake friends, everything coming with that. Lord bless them. I ain't even envious that it's not me with that 500 million or 200 million. You see what I mean? Every aspect of your life, not just in love and relationships, in every aspect of your life, with your friendships, with your family, on your job, ask yourself, have I become love? Am I stealing? Am I stealing? See, I got members of the Blessed Tribe who pay $1.99 a month to be a part and be able to ask questions on the live Q&A. Now, it was a lady, she said, Tony, I'm questioning becoming a member of the Blessed Tribe because I don't know if you're going to give enough value. I said, Lord bless her. I said, Lord bless her. I said, Lord, she don't even know who she talking to. I said, Lord, she don't even understand the favor that you done blessed me with. I said, she don't even know who she talking to. She don't even know what she talking about. I said, this woman talking about $1.99. I ain't even respond to her. I just prayed for her. Lord bless her. Lord bless her. Because it's a way you could look at it. You could look at it like somebody robbing you, like somebody stealing from you. Or you could look at it like, I'm sowing a seed into something or somebody who is given to me, whose word has helped me. So it's a way you could look at it. And that's what I mean. When you become love, you change the way you look at the world. So you change the way you look at things. So instead of me looking like the government is against me and everybody is racist and prejudiced and discriminating, when I became love, I started looking at, hey, all I got is opportunity. All I got is opportunity to beat the odds. All I got is opportunity to shock people, to blow people out the water. So what I started doing, let me explain it. I'm trying to hurry up. But let me explain this to you in another way. This is what I started doing. And I want y'all got to forgive me. This son, I told my wife help get me one of the little skirt up there. Get my skirt up there. Cause man, look here, this son tearing me up, and I got a little color on me now. Hold on now, I'm over here about to start sweating. I'm gonna cut this here on. Y'all got to forgive me. Now let me explain something to you. And I'm telling you real life now, cause see, sometimes people, they'll see you and they'll get jealous of you. You hear me? It's people, they'll get jealous of you. People. I got friends and family members, and they say, Tony, man, what you do ain't even work. How you make a living? It ain't even work. But listen to me and understand what I'm telling you. Listen, understand it. This is what I started doing. I started a thing that I call shift the culture. So what I mean by this is, it was always said, black people don't tip. Black people don't tip. I always heard that said. And the reason why that was the case is because black people in America always got the short end of the stick, was abused, was discriminated against. We literally were slaves. So everybody knows that. So you take that type of person, that person gonna be bitter. That person gonna be hurt. But that person was also set up to fail. So that person was not given the same access to education and was not given the same opportunity to climb the corporate ladder. That's just the truth of the matter, no matter how you want to look at it, what you want to shake it. Now, a lot of people have beat the odds. But when you notice, a lot of the time, the people that are allowed to beat the odds are people who are willing to be a puppet. That's why I told myself, I don't even want no TV show, because you're going to be a puppet. Because unless you own the network, you're going to be a puppet. So if they want you to stamp a certain movement, you're going to stamp that movement, or your season about to get canceled at the end of it. So I said, I'm going to sit right here on YouTube. And guess what? Because I don't own YouTube, all of my messages still cannot go forth on YouTube. I would literally have to create my own website. But guess what? Because I don't own the domain hosting, the domain, GoDaddy.com can literally take your website down if they feel that it's harmful or it's doing something they don't want it to do. Yes. So unless you own everything, you got to answer to somebody. And at the end of the day, if you do own everything, guess what? The system still could put you in prison because they say you a terrorist, or that's hate speech, or you leading this agenda or something like that. They'll find a loophole to still get you. So my point is that you can be in this world and feel like everything is against you. And so what I start to do when I say I'm gonna shift the culture, I start to say, they say black people don't tip. So I started to notice a different treatment from waiters and waitresses, because they probably had somebody who come from poverty, who come from nothing, who comes from being discriminated against, mistreated, and dogged out, and fought through that, got a job, but barely making ends meet. Go out to eat, take their family out to eat, but the person's so sensitive and the person's so hurt and they so full of pain, you make one mistake, your tip canceled. Now the waiter or the waitress had nothing to do with the way them eggs were scrambled. But now this person is mad, so they don't tip, or they tip 5% instead of 15%. And so I started to sense different treatment. And I'm sitting there and I could tell I'm being ignored. I could tell I ain't getting the treatment. And instead of becoming a victim, I say, watch this. Watch this. I say, watch this, because I'm blessed and highly favored. Now, my bank account could be on E. You hear me? Beneath the line. When it hit that red line on E, when it hit the red line on E, you still got 50 miles in the tank. But this here, my bank account could be below the E. But I say I'm blessed and highly favored because I've become love. So then what I do and what I say is, okay, watch this here. What we gonna do? Instead of tipping 15%, instead of tipping the suggested 8%, see, they done upped it. Stuff going up, price going up. They used to tell you 10%, 12%, 15%. Now the suggested is 18% tip. And then some people got the nerve to say 20% on their receipts, depending on where you're eating at. Some people got the nerve to say 22%. I say, I'm going to give 25%. That's what I tip now. That's what I tip. I tip 25%. And the tip really don't make no sense, because why should you get more money just because I'm spending more money on myself, when if I ordered a $5 plate or a $500 plate, it weighs the same. And so you doing the same amount of work, but from $5 to $500, it determines your tip. I started tipping 25%. And guess what happened? See, what started to happen is sometimes they'll glimpse at that. They'll see that before I leave. And they'll, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, have a great night. Anything else I can do? Do you need a lemonade to go? Do you want a water to go? Do you need your drink to go? Hold on. 1 second. Let me get that to go. Because you left your cup on the table. Let me get it for you to go. I said, oh, okay. Thank you. Or I'll be like, no problem. But then you come back to that place again. They fighting to get your table. They want your table. Oh, hey, I got you. Hey, when you come in, you tell them that you want to just ask for me. Just ask for me. It doesn't matter where I am. Just ask for me. So now, then shift the culture, because they so used to being treated a certain way. They so used to being talked to a certain way, because they in a place of customer service. And I went one time to Denny's or IHOP with my mom and my sister. And it's a prime example. Anything come out, they sending it back. Because for the first time in their life, somebody beneath them, somebody serving them, because they've been serving the world. Now, I'm okay sending my food back, but I'm going to send it back with respect. Because if you send it back with disrespect, it's going to come back with some spit massaged in there that you can't even see. And the person sitting back there looking around the corner watching you chew that spit. You think you eating good and you eating spit. So my mom and sister, they were like, excuse me. Whew. I don't know where y'all went to school at. I said I want the egg cooked like this. Get these eggs out my face. I said, oh Lord. I said, I ain't even eating. Whatever they bring back, that's y'all can eat that. I ain't even eating. Because the way you just talked to her, trust me, it's coming back with some extra sauce. I ain't even eating. I'm good. And I had to learn that. So what I start to do is I start to go the extra mile. I say, I'm going to shift the culture. Because I see when you look at me, you might be judging me. You might think one thing about me. You might put me in a box. Even when I'm on these here videos. I got to talk long because everybody mind process things differently. So I could give 10 examples and you don't understand any of them, but you understand the 11th one. And so God gave me the ability to do it, so I'm going to do it. But somebody may look at me and say, man, what in the world a 35-year-old know about life? And they'll put me in a box. But if they give me the opportunity, they'll see that God has given me some wisdom that can help them take their life to the next level. So you cannot realize your full potential. Let me hurry up and stop talking. You can't realize your full potential. You can't get everything that is for you in life. You can't receive your blessings in life, love, or business until you become love. See, as long as you operating from a scarcity mindset, as long as you operating from fear, as long as you operating from hate, from jealousy, from bitterness, from anger, from frustration, from hurt and pain, as long as you are operating from any other place other than love, you will not realize your full potential or benefit from the fullness that life has to offer. The Spirit getting ready to leave me now, so I'm going to go and be quiet. The Spirit said, you done talk too long now. Let me help you understand this. When you become love, you will be entered into a season that does not end. You will have a peace and a prosperity and a blessing from season to season. You will go from winter to spring to fall, to summer, into fall, and right back into winter, and you won't feel a change. You will be blessed going, you will be blessed coming. You'll be blessed, what they say, in and out of season. You will be blessed. I am a living witness. I'm a living witness. When I became love and I stopped making my energy react to the energy of somebody else, and I started responding from a place of love, even if that means politely bowing out, even if that means turning down the offer, even if that means walking away from somebody, even if that means blocking and deleting, I did it from love. Because see, from hate would be to stoop to their level, call them names, belittle them, disrespect them, come at them and just rip them apart. But to operate from love is to say, okay, hey, I love you, you got it. God bless you. I love me. I'm out of here. You handle that hate and that frustration on your own. God bless you. Put that finger up like they do in church. God bless you. And just walk right on out. When you operate from love, your whole life gonna change. So you want to attract love? Become love. You want a new job? You want to earn more money? Become love. You want better friends? You want your family members to change their heart and their spirit towards you? Become love. Now let me remind you something. I forgot to say this, and forgive me for those of you who listen to me talking. I jumped on another point when I was talking about my wife. When I was showing my fangs to my wife in the first couple years of us being together, showing my fangs, but not being blatantly nasty, not cheating and throwing it in her face or nothing like that, not being abusive, but I was being passive aggressive. I was showing my fangs. When I was showing my fangs, what I noticed is I start to see her fangs grow. Because what happens is we learn as humans to adapt to the environment that we in. So if you're in a savage environment, you become a savage. If you're in a rough environment, you become rough. You become tough because you focus on survival. So I started to realize that if I was going to play a game, my wife was going to be able to play the game better until she was able to exit stage left. But when I changed my life and I became love, and this didn't take long, it probably was a few months. So she didn't even have time to enact her whole plan because God got a hold of me and I changed my life before she had to exit stage left. So when I changed my life and I started to wash her with love, when I began to wash her with love because I was operating from love, guess what? It renewed her heart. It renewed her mind. It renewed her spirit. I started to see her insecurities fill up. When I say fill up, I mean the void. I started to see the void in her heart be full. I started to see the childhood pain, the daddy wounds, the mommy wounds, the ex-boyfriend wounds. I started to see those wounds heal. The wounds would heal and the scars would start to even fade. Where the scar would fade away. I started to see a change. I started to see a glow and an energy and a spirit that was so exuberant, so vibrant, so excited about life. Her whole entire being, her aura changed. And so when she changed, it changed what she was giving me. So now instead of going along for the ride, now she was able to actively deposit inspiration, hope, encouragement, support. And what I started to notice is that because she started to change and she started to glow, everyone around her who knew the old me, they started to get confused. Because they were like, I had put this young man in a box because I was reading your energy, Cherie. This is what they saying in their head. And it was looking like that you was kind of happy, but not really happy. It was looking like you might have been faking it and getting ready to leave. Some people probably had been made privy of her plan of one day getting ready to leave. if I wasn't going to change all the way. But they start to change. And so it went from, hey, Tony, to, hey, Tony, to, hey, Tony, to, hey, Tony, to, hey, Tony. Their energy changed because they saw the one that they love, their daughter, their sister, their daughter-in-law, their best friend. They saw her energy change. So when they saw her energy change, they started to look at me different. And it took some years. It took 2, 3, maybe 4 years. I've been with my wife. We'll be married 13 years. In them 13 years we've been married, this is the first year that her dad got me a Christmas gift. It's this light right here behind me. This light right here behind me. We've been married 13 years. You know why? Because a dad the hardest one to please. A dad the hardest one to please. Because that's his baby. That's his daughter. And so even though I made the change 10, 11 years ago, it take that long for a man to really believe that you real. But this summer we went to Europe. And I paid for my family to spend 6 weeks in Europe. We did 8 countries and 20 cities. A dream of my wife. Got to see so much of Europe. And we stayed with her father for probably 2, maybe a week, week and a half, up to 2 weeks of that time. And he got to see her energy. He got to see her glow. He got to see who I really am. That's the first time we stayed with them that long without any distractions. So he got to really see and realize that it's real, that I've become love. He might not know how to label it, might not put that word to it, might not see that or call it becoming love. But what that does, when you become love, you start to renew and transform the hearts of the people around you. People start to see you differently and they start to treat you differently because they know you pure. They know you honest. And that's when you truly and fully reap the rewards and the benefits of life. So in so many terms, in so many words, let me tell you this. Stop being a hater. Stop being jealous. Stop being insecure. Stop being bitter. Stop being frustrated. Stop being angry. And just operate from love. Don't feel like you taking a loss or you getting the short end of the stick. Know that you blessed beyond measure, that you are abundantly blessed. Know that even when it looked like or it seemed like somebody else getting the upper hand in a deal or opportunity, that you know you way more blessed and yours coming on the back end. Know who you are and where you operating from. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. God bless you. And again, I apologize for it. Somebody told me they listened to this at the end of the night. If you need to do that, then do that. There's a lady told me, she said, Tony, I wish the video was shorter because I'm so busy. But maybe you find another time to listen to it. And if you got this far, put be blessed in the comments. And I really hope you got something from it. I hope you understood at least one of the things I was saying. To the Blessed Tribe, thank y'all so much for your support. That $1.99 YouTube take, all their percentage. But it just, to me, it just says keep going. And it's a blessing. It's blessing my heart. It really is. So thank y'all so much for those of you who are members of the Blessed Tribe. God bless you. We'll talk soon.